trade recap. So today I fucked up totally and I took 2 losses. I'm just gonna get straight to the point. And the second trade I took, I am not even sure why I took it, to be honest. It was completely out of emotions, no logic behind it, or at least it's no logic looking back. I mean, at the moment it made sense, but I also felt, it just felt forced, and I just wanted to take some trades, even though it's CPI day today. But let me go over the high time frame analysis. Here on the weekly time frame, we are sweeping the previous week high inside of that weekly fair value gap. The weekly fair value gap is not relevant anymore because it has already been mitigated through this first stick into it, but we are sweeping the previous candle high. Yesterday we also prevented the daily bullish fair value gap from being created, which is a nice indication that this might be the higher time frame draw and that CPI can push towards. On the 4-hour time frame, we have 2 equal lows, which I was forcing the idea that they would be targeted immediately at the session open, which we can simply see now that it is not the case. So here, at the moment of me taking those trades, this candle was actually a little bit further down, so it was looking more like a sweep, and it still is, just based on this candle, it is looking like a sweep. So price was kind of fucking with me here, but on the 15-minute as well here, the first trade I took, I believe, was right here, which was off of this breaker. This one was not that bad. The first one, I would argue, a decent trade, at least a valid setup from the price perspective. That I do believe that this could have played out, but the second trade I took was, I believe, in here. Let me actually see. Yeah, I believe it was a long position out of nowhere. Stop loss below here, got stopped immediately, targeting a 1 to 2. That was simply because of since when we started having this choppy move, actually I had my stop loss here, so I got stopped pretty fast as well. But my initial bias today was lower, simply looking at the hourly and 4-hour, or actually every time frame, but we had bearish order flow on the 1-hour time frame, and we also on the 15-minute we have bearish order flow. On the 4-hour we do not necessarily have bearish order flow, but I would not say we have bullish either, because we did prevent this fair value gap after taking out the previous week high, and this is a clear sweep in my eyes. So 4-hour kind of 50-50. The daily, we did also prevent a bullish fair value gap from being created, which to me again indicates that we might be on the edge of a reversal. So we might be onto a reversal here very soon. But now, when I'm looking at this, what I'm seeing is that we actually had unusual context on the 1-hour time frame here, because this high, actually from here, here we had this 1-hour bearish value gap that we stung into, but we never created a new 1-hour bearish value gap. And actually we did have a bullish value gap here, which I did not even see, but we never created a new bearish fair value gap, indicating that we might actually want to take out these highs first. And what I was also missing was that we actually swept that low, which is the Asia session low. So we swept that to then continue higher, and during London session we encountered this 15-minute last line of defense, which was acting here as resistance, which I was forcing the idea of it being a sweep. But anyways, when we came up here, we wicked that with a candle, and we had the 1 minute ST plus re. I entered on the breaker, targeting these equal lows. Could have been avoided, but it was not, which is the toughest part, because you know you can't do anything right now. You have taken the trades and there is no going back. And here the second one was when we traded above here. I was expecting this to act as a mitigation block to push us higher, even without any real confirmation, because the 5 minute had not even created a new fair value gap yet, nor the 15 minute, not really any higher time frame fair value gaps at all being created. So this was also, this trade I was not happy with at all and would just like to delete, but that cannot happen, of course, which is the toughest part mentally, that you have to live with this and no, you can't do anything about it, and just hope you can do better tomorrow, or you have to do better tomorrow. This is unacceptable. So 2 losses, not the best overall. Easy to say back in hindsight, but just being more patient would have helped a lot here, because the first trade was even at the beginning of the session, which I do not have the highest win rate on, and the second was also pretty early during the session. So the takeaways I'm going to take away here is, and this is what I have noticed before as well, don't take a trade before 3:30 a.m. because of there can be a lot of manipulation, and one loss is better than two. So this loss would have been enough already. There was no need at all to take this, not from a technical perspective or from a psychological perspective. It was just not looking very good. Also, that I should take a look at my trading rules before every single session, so I go in with the mindset that I'm not allowed even to take this trade. But it was a break of my own rules. And if there is a clear consolidation, meaning we never create new, or that we don't create 5 minutes or 15 minutes for value gaps during the session, actually inside of the session, then it is most likely not high probability conditions. So that was the trade recap.